What's going on, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to step away from the draft content. With NFL free agency less than a week away, I figured I'd give you guys my predictions. I took who I believe to be the top 35 free agents, in no particular order, of course. So if I missed someone that you want to hear a prediction about, let me know in the comments section below, and I will be sure to get back to you. Let's get into it. Orlando Brown, the Chicago Bears. It's no secret that the Bears will be big-time players in free agency this year. Justin Fields has been sacked 91 times in 679 dropbacks in his career, and even though I don't think the Bears' offensive line is necessarily terrible, they could definitely use an upgrade, and the best tackle in the free agent class is a great start. Javon Hargrave, the Chicago Bears. Don't worry, this won't be a trend. Maybe. Javon Hargrave's past 2 seasons will make him a very rich man, as he has solidified himself as one of the best interior defensive linemen in the NFL. Defensive tackle is arguably the Bears' biggest need. They should hand him a blank check. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, the Cleveland Browns. The Browns are good for a splash or two in free agency each year. Considering they don't have many draft picks, I think they will address safety in free agency. Despite missing significant time, C.J. Gardner-Johnson still was tied for the league lead in picks. That's the type of playmaking the Browns desperately need in their secondary. James Bradberry, the Detroit Lions. Who wouldn't want to play for Dan Campbell? I could see the Lions trading for Jalen Ramsey, but Bradberry was exceptional last season, and the Lions could definitely afford to upgrade their secondary. Jesse Bates, the New England Patriots. Adding an incredible playmaker like Bates to Bill Belichick's secondary feels unfair, and Kyle Duggar and Jesse Bates could form one of the best safety duos in the entire NFL. Draymond Jones, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers got next to no sack production out of their defense besides for Preston Smith and Rashad Gary. Jones could add some serious pressure from the inside. Mike McGlinchey, the New York Jets. The Niners' connection is there with Robert Saleh, and not to mention the Jets have one of the worst tackle situations in the entire NFL. McGlinchey would be a huge upgrade. Jamel Dean, the Las Vegas Raiders. Dean is the best corner on the market, and besides for the quarterback position, corner is a huge need. The Raiders need a true number 1 in their secondary. Jakobi Meyers, the New York Giants. In a sputtering New England passing offense, Jakobi Meyers had a really nice season. While I don't think he's a true number 1, the Giants desperately need pass catchers. Bobby Wagner, the Cincinnati Bengals. Can you imagine Logan Wilson and Bobby Wagner playing together? That's a scary proposition I don't think the Bengals can pass up if given the opportunity. Eric Kendricks, the Seattle Seahawks. A reunion with Bobby Wagner would be nice, but I think Kendricks would be an excellent fit as well. Though he had a down 2022 season, Kendricks is still one of the best linebackers in the game. Levante David, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Despite the Buccaneers' cap woes, I don't think David leaves. He started his career in Tampa, and I think he ends it in Tampa as well. Zach Allen, the Houston Texans. Allen was one of the few bright spots for the Cardinals last season, coming off of a career-high 6.5 sacks. The Texans need some long-term answers on their defensive line, and Allen could be a really nice, cheaper option. Zadarius Smith, the Atlanta Falcons. Smith was surprisingly cut by the Vikings this week after a 10-sack season. He could be exactly what the Falcons are looking for to start revamping their pass rush. Caleb McGarry, the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think McGarry was tagged because they will work out a long-term extension. McGarry solidified himself as a vital piece of the Atlanta Falcons' offensive line. DJ Chark, the Chicago Bears. The Bears really need to bolster their outside receiving options, and Chark is a speedy, big-bodied receiver that could really consistently clear space underneath. Miles Sanders, the Chicago Bears. Once again, I promise this won't become a trend. Maybe. The Bears and Sanders just seem like a match made in heaven. and in my opinion, he's definitely an upgrade over David Montgomery. Isaac Seumalo, the Indianapolis Colts. If there's one move the Colts should make this offseason, it should be this one. Seumalo is coming off of possibly the best season of his career, and he is still just 29 years old. The Colts' interior offensive line play was abysmal last season. Taylor Lewan, the Las Vegas Raiders. I know Lewan has been pretty injury-prone these past few seasons, but I think he would slide in really nicely at the right tackle position for the Las Vegas Raiders. Juwan Taylor, the Arizona Cardinals. Another team with serious offensive line woes. Taylor is coming off of his best season as a pro in 2022, and should get paid handsomely. Still just 25 years old, he should be a long-term fit. David Montgomery, the Denver Broncos. Montgomery has very quietly been a workhorse in Chicago, with well over 1,000 touches in his first 4 seasons. With the returning Javonte Williams, this could be a very formidable backfield. Mike Gesicki, the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have lacked some real consistency at the tight end position for a while now. And with Gesicki essentially phased out of the Miami offense, he's looking for a fresh start. Tremaine Edmunds, the New York Giants. Man, this would be a home run for the Giants. The linebacker position has been a real weak point for the Giants in recent seasons, and I think that they make a splash. We've seen it before, they don't mind to spend for the position. Odell Beckham Jr., the Dallas Cowboys. It just seems inevitable, doesn't it? Jordan Poyer, the Buffalo Bills. While I think Poyer will get bigger offers to play elsewhere, I think his heart and soul remains in Buffalo. He will end his career there. Mecole Hardman, the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are going to need to add some weapons for Jordan Love, and I really like the sound of Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, and Mecole Hardman. Dalton Schultz, the Cincinnati Bengals. While Hayden Hurst was a great option for Burrow this past season, Schultz offers some tremendous athleticism for the position, and would be a long-term solution. Juju Smith-Schuster, the Kansas City Chiefs. Juju had somewhat of a redemption arc type season in 2022. I think he found a good home in Kansas City with Patrick Mahomes, and I don't think he goes anywhere. Allen Lazard, the New England Patriots. Adding a 6'5", 230-pound Lazard would really give Mac Jones a true number 1 type of wide receiver on the outside, something he's been lacking since he was drafted. Baker Mayfield, the Los Angeles Rams. I think at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford gets traded, and Sean McVay molds his offense around big-time Baker. Carson Wentz, the Tennessee Titans. The world tour of Carson James Wentz continues. If the Titans take a punt on this season and trade Ryan Tannehill, Wentz and Willis can battle it out for playing time. Gardner Minshew, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think it's time that Gardner Minshew gets another chance to start in the NFL again. Even if it's as a bridge quarterback for a year or two, Minshew is more than capable of winning that sad division. Jacoby Brissett, the Houston Texans. Brissett is one of the best backup quarterbacks in the NFL, and with the Texans almost certainly drafting a new signal caller, Brissett would serve as an excellent mentor and a great plan B. Jimmy Garoppolo, the Las Vegas Raiders. If you think the Raiders are going into the season with Jarrett Stidham as their quarterback, you, sir, are bananas. The Raiders have the money, they have the need, and Jimmy G gets a guaranteed starting spot. And finally, Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens / the Carolina Panthers. When it's all said and done, I don't know if Lamar will actually be moved. And I'm not really sure why there isn't as much interest in him as we all thought. So maybe that does result in Lamar playing in Baltimore for one more year. But if a team does move for him, I think it should be the Panthers. It's no secret that the Panthers have been heavily involved in the quarterback market the past couple seasons, so it's clear that they are looking for that long-term, home run solution. I have a feeling that the Lamar Jackson saga is far from over.